Hey, for the best meat you have ever eaten, check out samsbutchershop.com. Go and shop around. When you go to checkout, enter the promo code Triple T for a 5% discount. Check it out.
And now, stay tuned for a special presentation of the Trailer Trash Tim Playhouse.
Hello? Cousin Oliver. Well, it's very good to see you, Cousin Oliver. How are you today? Yes, it was great to see you at the funeral as well. Yes, I was very sad that our dear Aunt Mildred passed away. Such a terrible thing. And of course, with you and I as her only family, our only two nephews that were left, I'm sure it was very sad for both of us. But the attendance was very good. Those few precious souls in her church there for her funeral. Yes. Well, you're very welcome, Cousin Oliver. It was the least I could do to pay for the whole thing. I don't want to dwell on that, of course. Yes. Well, it was the most expensive casket they had, of course, and all the flowers and the expense and all of that. But think nothing of it, Cousin Oliver. It was all my pleasure to take care of all of that. I'm sorry? Oh, don't worry about that, Cousin Oliver. It was somewhere north of about $30,000. But who's counting, Oliver, right? It's just me and you, old boy. We're the sole survivors, right? Yes, it was a fine funeral. Yes, Oliver. You've heard back from the attorneys, all right? And what did you hear? Okay, the will has gone before the judge. That's good. Not that I'm interested in such things, Oliver. Mind you, I have no interest whatsoever. Whatever Aunt Mildred, our dear aunt, wanted, that's fine with me, as you know. Yes. Well, I know, Oliver, you and I are her only family left. We're both her nephews. We're the only ones left. Well, I know that, Oliver. And you say what? The value of her estate? Well, Oliver, I don't really care about such things. I mean, it's only money. Why make a big fuss over it, I say, right? It was how much, Oliver? Did you say $40 million? Well, Aunt Mildred had a pretty penny or two, didn't she? Well, bless that dear one's heart. Yes, that's wonderful. And there are how many heirs named in the will? 4. Oh, I see. You and I. Okay, that makes sense. And there are 2 others in the will. Okay. Well, I don't really care, Oliver. I mean, I have no interest in who she left the money to, but, I mean, if you want to tell me, of course, if that's your wish, then certainly proceed, but I have no real need of knowing myself. 40 million, I see. And she left $1 million to... wait, let me get this straight. What did you say, Oliver? She left $100,000 to her little church women's group. Well, that's good. Bless her heart. That's a wonderful thing for her to do, Oliver. Yes, of course, of course. Of course, old boy. I would expect her to do no less, of course. Certainly. You're the second person named in the will. She gave you what? Oh, she gave you $1 million. Oliver! Good old man. That's wonderful for you. Don't spend it all in one place at the dog track, Oliver. Little jesting, Oliver. Of course, it's such a somber time. A little humor helps to break the tension, of course. But there are 2 left. She said what? Oh, Oliver, come now. Well, no, of course I know that, Oliver. That she told you I was her favorite nephew means nothing, Oliver. Think nothing of that, old boy. I would expect nothing from Aunt Mildred, not a penny, for heaven's sakes. Who's thinking about money at a time like this, Oliver? I see. So that leaves, what, just around $39 million. And she left... You said she left me something? Well, not that I care, Oliver, but, Hazel, get my CPA on the phone! What was that, Oliver? Oh, no, I just had to clear my throat, of course. Yes. Hazel, get my tax attorney on the phone! Post haste, right now! ASAP, on the double! What was that, Oliver? No, it's thundering outside. Yeah, there's nothing to it, old boy. Right. So there's 39 million left, and she left me how much? Not that it matters, of course. Mm-hmm. She left what? I, I I'm sorry, Oliver. What did you say? She left me. I think there's a bad connection, Oliver. Did you say $10, Oliver? 10. I know she said I was her favorite nephew, but what you said she left me $10? Oliver, are you reading this correctly? What do you mean $10? She said what? She said I was her favorite nephew, but she thought I was well off. I'm not. Now, wait a minute, Oliver. Are you reading that correctly? Did you confuse me with some other entity? Wait a minute. You said there were 4 heirs to her will, and I was the third. You've received $1 million, Oliver, and 100,000 to her little church women group. That leaves just under 39 million, and I get. You said it's $10. I get $10. What? Well, wait a minute, Oliver. Hold on. I don't believe you're reading this right, old boy. Now, wait just a minute. Hazel! Now, Oliver, it was just thunder. David, tell me the story. Who's the 4th heir, Oliver? Well, I'm just a little worked up. I'm overcome with the excitement of the whole thing. She left $38,990,000 or something to who? She left almost $39 million to who? The American Poodle Foundation? What is the American Poodle Foundation? For poodles? For dogs? She left $39 million to a bunch of dogs? Well, of course it's important, Oliver. She left me $10 and she left $39 for a bunch of poodles. How would you feel? That old bat, she had some nerve. I'm calling the funeral home. I want my money back. They're going to dig her up and I'm getting the money back for that casket. Baloney, Oliver. Well, it's the same to you, buddy. And by the way, Oliver, enjoy your $1 million. Wait, before you hang up. Oliver, are you there, Oliver? So you're getting $1 million. Well, don't you think that between the two of us, her favorite nephews and her only family left, perhaps we could split the... Hello? Oliver? Oliver! Forget it, Hazel! Call my attorney! Man, the nerve of these people to unmitigate... Oh. Hello. Pardon me a moment, so I can see. Oh. Hello. I didn't see you slip in there. But welcome. Certainly welcome. Come on in. Let me get a sip of water if you don't mind. I just had a little call on the telly. I hope maybe you didn't hear all that. I pray you didn't hear all that. But, well, this is a tad awkward, wouldn't you say? Yes, just some family issues I'm working through, but don't think anything about that. We'll get to that in just a moment. Yeah, pardon me just a moment. Yes, I'll talk to you later. Hazel, hold my calls, please. Thank you. No, that will be... No, I don't need anything. Thank you, Hazel. It's Hazel, my hold my calls, Hazel. My secretary. I wasn't expecting company, but... Well, I'm glad you're here anyway. Nonetheless, it's... Well, it's a tad awkward around here, I suppose. Well, I wonder if I could offer you anything. Perhaps some tea or hot chocolate, perhaps, or... No? Nothing? Oh, well, okay. Hey, I know. Perhaps you'd like to hear a story. Would you? Would you really? Would you like to hear a story? Well, that would be splendid. Come in then. Come in closer. That's right. Come in closer. Gather all around now, children. That's right. And I'll tell you a story I've written. How about that? That'll lift our spirits, I'm sure. Would you like it? Okay.
let me get my storybook and I'll read you a little poem I've written. All right? All right, everybody, gather around now. Gather in. Come close. That's right. And quiet down now. Let me get my storybook ready. Here we go. I love reading stories, do you? Absolutely. Okay, you ready? Everybody gathered around now. This is called Ode to a Loser. Here we go. I think that I shall never see a wonder such as Hillary. From humble beginnings in Arkansas to holding court in Epstein's spa. When young, she was a Girl Scout. From school, she never played hooky. In the kitchen, she'd never be seen. She only sold, not baked, the cookies. In time, to college she did go, and met a man named Billy. To the drive-in movies did he take her, so she could see Free Willy. To law school at Yale they did go, for their indoctrination, and study Linsky's Rules for Radicals of how to screw a nation. Bill asked for her hand in marriage, and they began to scheme. The wedded bliss would be a ruse. They both had grander dreams. Power was the lofty goal. First to the governor's chair, Billy kissing all the babies, and Hillary pushing him up the stairs. One evening she lost her temper, for Bill had left them both in limbo, and she flung a lamp toward him and yelled about his latest bimbo. For she had grander plans, you see, and she warned him to be cautious, for such eruptions could imperil their run for the Oval Office. But they made it, yes they did, you see, and put their plan in place. 8 years of Billy at the helm, then soon she'd take his place. But her plans were derailed, which she found a total bore. For the powers that be said to Hillary, for now we'll go with Gore. So for 8 long years she simmered and seethed, demanding that Billy give her a push. For she'd decided, fate had determined, this Clinton would follow Bush. Alas, from the horizon arose another, a good, clean, different gent. And all the millions she'd been counting on for him had all been spent. Still, she ran, gave speeches and campaigned, but couldn't capture the karma. For fate, cruel fate, rejected her and selected Lord Obama. Still determined, she retreated. For 8 long years she'd wait, her eyes still fixed on the ultimate prize, while scheming as Secretary of State. Connecting with the rich and powerful, she schemed with all her fervor, emailing them both day and night, all on her private server. The great election of 2016 would seal her coronation. Alas, she was struck by a blonde freight train which resulted in her castration. "It's Putin," she declared, and in misery her great loss did she wail. The blonde freight train just smirked and said, "You should be in jail." With all her might she plotted and schemed. His downfall was her quest. The Oval Office remained her dream, from which she'd never rest. "Worry not now," Billy said. "I'll help you be head of state. We'll devise our plan on the morrow. For tonight I have a date." And to this day our Hillary still toils in bitter obscurity, the scorn of all good people, and loathed by her security. Have we seen the last of her? Will she remain in hiding? Or does she have a grand plan in place to wrest control from Biden? Will anyone get in her way? Many yet have tried. Unfortunately, they all have seemed to die of suicide. Still, she plots and plans and schemes to break out of her slump. 24 shall be her year, but alas, no way in hell, says Trump. There you go. Bye-bye now.